All right, we're out here today. I got 3 hours. 3-hour challenge is gonna be to see if we can figure out some sort of pattern and how quickly we can do that. Ultimately, it's gonna be trying a bunch of different baits, trying different locations, different spots, process of elimination. You'll see how quick we can do it. Conditions today, water temp's about 76 degrees. It's very windy, partly cloudy, partly sunny, depending on what part of the day. Right now it's kind of cloudy. The fish should be biting. We should be able to get a good bag. Our goal is about 15 pounds. That would be a really good group of fish. 5 3-pounders would be ecstatic. But anything over like 12 pounds would probably win out here. So that's a more realistic goal, but 15 is what I'm shooting for today. We got 3 hours, and ultimately if we can figure out a pattern, we can go from one spot to the next hopefully and run that. So that's what we're trying to do today. Follow along and check out the process. All right, so this is the first spot. It's 550. Gonna start with a chatterbait, just cause it seems like that's what should be happening. Got a jerk bait, swim bait. Probably gonna pull out the big dog, the big glide bait at some point, but basically just gonna rotate through a bunch of baits until I figure out something. I'm starting on a couple grass lines that I marked already in a previous video. You might not see that video yet, but I will link that if it's done already. That's a fish for sure. I'm gonna stop here. See if I can't catch that guy. So I went over some of the conditions. Water temp actually has dropped. It was 76 2 days ago. It's 73 now. So that is dramatically different than what it has been. And it's supposed to get super cold tonight. I think the high tomorrow is 59. It is football season. Go Blue, go Lions. So yeah, we're gonna start getting some cold nights and things are gonna change here if they haven't already. With the temp being 72, 73, 72.9, yeah, that's a big difference from just a few days ago. This is the Chad Shad, not the original, the one that they mass produced. But caught a few fish on this year. This is the first year I've really thrown this. Haven't caught anything big. But there's three fish on it right now. It absolutely draws them in, which is kind of cool. If you can't get them to bite, that's not cool. Oh my gosh. They are coming up to check it out, but that is not enough to get them to bite. So holy cow, that's a big fish. Whatever that is, it's a big fish. All right. He wanted her. He wanted that big old Chad shad. That was cool. That was cool. A good start towards 15. 12, we'll say 12. 12 is doable for sure. Let's see what we got. 213. Oh. All right. 2 1/4. I guess we won't mess with them more than we already have. But that fish was probably only about 3 times the length of that. That's what we're throwing. That's a big old bait. But it's a fun bite if they're gonna hit that, and we should put together a decent bag if they're gonna hit that. So we're gonna keep tossing this around for a little bit. So $7.95 swim bait rod from Dobbins Fury. I think it's $139. Good entry level swim bait rod. Or has been for me anyway. So a 7'9", 5 power, which I think they make 7 and oh, I just got bit again. I think they make 7 and 8 power swim bait rods, for sure 6s and 7s. But this is parabolic enough. I'm not throwing anything gigantic yet anyway. I haven't gone down the rabbit hole too far. This is the most expensive bait I've got. I think it was $60, which is expensive. And before that I had been using a Bass Pro Shops, similar to this, similar size anyway. And I caught a couple fish on that. But this definitely swims truer, more accurate. So maybe one of them things, you get what you pay for. A lot of things in fishing are that way, unfortunately. little bugger. Just a little bugger. There was a big guy behind him though. Let's see if we can catch him. Alright, we're not accomplishing much here. Trying some different baits, but throwing way too many times at these same fish. They are not fired up, so we're gonna go somewhere else. We will come back to these guys because there's absolutely fish here. So let's go see if we can find some. Over yonder. Let's try a couple casts out here in this weed bed. If that don't work, then we'll go check some docks out. All right, we got about an hour and a half. We're halfway through. We've only got one fish. We got work to do. So let's go do it. That scared the crap out of me. That was just a little northern. That was kind of cool though. Well, that thing's got me the most excitement of the day, for sure. Alrighty. So they're under docks and crap. I don't understand it. I mean, there's always fish under docks, but today is not a day conducive to that at all. I don't even know if he's a keeper, but we're gonna weigh him. $134. 134, 2 3/4. That's what we got so far. I mean, these are, like I said, these are a little bit deeper docks. There is some wind blowing in here. All right, this is not what we're trying to do. Gosh, I opened my bell. Is that a smallie? I think it's a smallmouth. Yeah, just by how it's fighting, it is a smallmouth. Way up shallow. When I set the hook, my bail flopped open. This is a decent fish. Probably 2.5, 3 pound smallmouth. Oh yeah, more bigger. Maybe not bigger, but very pretty. Gosh, they fight so good. Been catching a lot of smallmouth near docks this year, which is weird. Not unheard of, just weird. 251. Biggest one of the day. Pretty fish. Thanks for the fight, pal. Got about 6 pounds right now, six-ish pounds. So to get to our 12, we need 2 3-pounders. To get to 15, we need a lot. And yeah, we still got about an hour. Well, we sure haven't figured out a pattern. We've caught the most fish around docks, deeper docks. There's another one, shallow. That's another smallmouth, I think. It absolutely is. Not as big. But they definitely put on the show. Come on, little guy. I know you got a ton of fight in ya. That's interesting. Look at the red around his fin there. Looks like he's been fending off something. $171, 1 3/4. Thanks for the fight. Now off he goes. So, shallow. That was on a shallow point. Right up on the shoreline. We need one more for 5, but that'll only give us like 9 pounds. And our goal is at least 12. Hoping for 15, but we need monsters, a couple monsters for that to happen at this point. Which they're in here. They're in here. Another smallmouth though. Nope, largie. All right. All right, all right, all right. 15 minutes. I'm not going to start with the big swim bait this time. That may have messed things up last time, so we're going to start with something drop shotty. See if we can catch a couple of these. A decent one, actually. Huh. Another small one? No. Not a decent one. We'll weigh them just for our 5. Best 5 is going to be like 9 pounds. Another 136, 141. Well, I don't even know. I'm missing one. The batteries on this thing are shot. I need to replace them before the Classic. About 9 pounds. That might be our last fish. We're gonna try couple more casts here. It's getting dark, football's on, so or will be on. Yeah, actually it's probably on right now. I saw those fish right below the boat, but I did not think they would bite. And I did not think they were that size if they were going to bite, so it's kind of cool, I guess. Before I completely sign off, I kind of want to recap you on what happened. Goal was to fly through some different spots and different baits and see if we could figure out a pattern. I caught that first fish on that big swim bait, glide bait, and that kind of got me down a rabbit hole, which tends to happen. You catch a fish, you want to keep catching them, you want to keep doing it, especially when it's something like that, which was kind of a rare catch. I haven't caught a lot of fish on those, so I wanted to do that a little bit. So I got off my plan. I think we did figure out a pattern. I think the pattern was some shallow docks. Obviously earlier in the day would have been better than nighttime here like I was. But we caught a couple nice smallmouth up shallow. I think there was a pattern there. I feel like there was some deep fish too, but again, I spent too much time with that big swim bait in my hand. So next time, maybe I'll do better at staying on track, but this time I did not. So that's kind of the recap, and there you go. Well, I can't even see with my glasses on now. So that is the famous last cast. Pretty night. Very little boat traffic, which is always good news. Didn't make our goal, but it was fun. I'd do it again. Appreciate you guys watching. We got the Classic coming up, which is going to be, you'll see 5 days in 2 different boats. 3 days of us prepping for the Classic and 2 days of us actually tournament fishing for pretty good purse. Should be a $3,000-4,000 purse for the winner. Last year Brandon and I took second and I think we won $1,800 between the two of us, so better than a sharp stick in the eye. So stay tuned for that. Chad and I are gonna do a couple other things that you might want to check out. We're gonna do some rod reviews, and we're gonna talk about some of the forward-facing sonar debate and some of the rule changes in BASS. We got a lot of things planned for you. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Leave a comment. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. And yeah, thanks again. Catch you next time.